The greedy person is worse than the maniac, according to what St. John Chrisostome wrote about the 5th century AD. You have little money and you ask for a lot. You have a lot of money and you dream for more. No matter what you have, you're not satisfied because you let greed take hold of you and capture you. My dear man, don't you know that others will have gold and silver while you have curses and accusations? Do you not realize that you will be relentlessly pursued, both in this life and in the next, by the tears, the groans, and the sighs of the poor man you have exhausted, the partner you have wronged, the worker you have exploited, the debtor you have imprisoned? When all those harmed by you will appear with you at the terrible day of judgment of Christ, what will you say to the unworthy judge, having no advocate to defend you? Can you trick the judges of the earth? You can trick the judges of the earth by buying them off. The judge of heaven you can never trick. Covetousness is like spoiled leavened bread, which spoils the whole dough. Thus, if you gain even a little from injustice, your entire property is defiled. That is why many times a little that is illegally gained became the cause of the loss of much more that was well earned. But you ask me, will all the pros experience calamities? Absolutely, although not all the same. Let us avoid this sin, my brothers, and we will avoid it if we bring to our minds those rapiers and profiteers who lived before us, those greedy before us, that is, those who have already died. Where are they now? In hell. And their money? They can't take it with them. Others are enjoying it. Is it not therefore foolish to suffer in both this life and the next? In this one, with the daily running, anxieties, toils required for the accumulation of vain wealth, and in the next life with the unimaginable punishments of eternal hell. Who is truly more merciful than the thief who leaves the world taking with him only his sins, for which he will give an account to God, and leaving what he collected to others, often even his enemies? And who is more wretched than the greedy profiteer who sizzles with notions and fears, banishing peace from his soul and making his life worse than all death? When he wins, he does not feel pleasure because he asks for more. And when he again loses even one coin, he thinks that he is suffering the greatest evil. He has no friends except those from whom he gains, others he sees as enemies, but the whole world also abhors him. He hates the poor because they ask him for help. He envies the rich because he would like to have their riches. When others are happy, he is sad. He thinks that everyone owns his own goods. He treats everyone as if they have wronged him. He suffers because the earth does not produce gold instead of wheat, because the springs do not give silver instead of water, because the mountains do not have precious stones instead of stones. Wealth to a miser is what a knife is to a maniac, or worse. For the maniac, after seizing the knife and thrusting it into his breast, is freed once and for all from his rage and receives no second wound. But the miser receives countless wounds every day and is never freed from his rage. On the contrary, in fact, when he is hurt so furiously, he stabs a knife into his soul again. Money is called money because it serves and is used when it should be to satisfy our vital needs. Therefore, our goal is not to acquire as much as possible, because then the normal order is overturned, and instead of defining them, we submit to this greed, to accumulation of wealth. The accumulation of wealth is the enslavement of rational man to unreasoning matter. It shows nonsense. Yes, nonsense. Aren't you a fool, since everyone you acquire by any fair means you will give up after a while, because you can't take it with you? The truth is that by accumulating wealth, you aim to satisfy two of your terrible passions, vanity and philandering. This is by St. John Chrisostome, his teachings. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.